It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Bears and the Dolphins on Thursday night.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
And sometimes when you're in the middle of a losing streak, being on the road is exactly what you want. You can only depend on each other. Let's see if they can use that as fuel in this ball game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week. Because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bears take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now, Fields. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Fields. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds, a strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 16, Bridgewater over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over with the penalty?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He'll have a 1st down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, You have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Edmonds is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
3rd and goal for Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So a nice kick there as they were able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Yeah, it's a 4-yard loss. Really sets him back now for 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
And they'll give to Scott here on the option. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Bridgewater now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Bridgewater's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Edmonds. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second down, this is Edmonds. And some room to work. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 47 yards rushing now. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Here's Bridgewater. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Oh, such great concentration. They're going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There's so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 17-0 our score after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Fields. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This one out quickly to Watkins. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On 2nd and 10, Bridgewater. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Open net is Waddle, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it. On first down, Edmonds. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Bridgewater's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. It's complete to Parker, left side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Took a pretty big risk right there, going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Play action. It's Fields. Forced out to his left. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. They'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Fields now to throw. Flush to his right. Open space inside the 10. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Let's go. And that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears get a bit closer. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just open for number 4. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this thing way down in go territory. It's a big play there for Miami. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Draw play, Edmonds. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Throwing is Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the 6. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Now the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Plenty to look forward to in that early window. One being a noontime start up in Green Bay. A big one for the Packers, as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. As for the late afternoon games, plenty of intrigue there as well. One of the best being at FedEx Field, where it'll be the Washington football team taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense set to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Now he'll escape to his left. And he lost the football, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now Fields. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
87 yards on the ground for him now, as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. They run it here with Edmonds. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now a give to Edmonds. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters, as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for only a couple. Second and 8 coming from the 19. Now a handoff here to his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 6. The open man is Westbrook. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, Fields. And going right back to Westbrook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on 2nd down, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 4. And he will be very close close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Fields. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Santos with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Miami set to take over. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way, so it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
104 yards rushing for him now to this point. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, they run with Edmonds. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. It looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So now Fields and the Bears down by 13. A minute 46 to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Fields on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll make it a second down. Back to throw, Fields. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Third and 2, Fields. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
No surprise they decided to throw on third down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here we go on fourth down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. On first down, Edmonds. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And that'll set them back 5. Second down and another run with Edmonds. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against the top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels, they take the ball away, they change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Dolphins, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll have a few extra days here now before they face the Lions next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.